Hi campers! I'm going to show you how to do a fun new craft that's in your packet from last week, your camping packet. You have several pieces of paper that I'm going to go through one by one. I'm going to ask you to get out some crayons or markers, a pair of scissors, and a glue stick or some Elmer's glue. And those are the supplies that you will need for your project. We have a piece of skinny paper. Yours might not have the same print, but this is going to be for a sleeping bag. We're talking about things that you would take on a camping trip. So a sleeping bag. We're hoping we don't see a bear, but we're going to put our bear over there. Make sure you have all of these things. Marshmallows, and you can guess what that's for. Roasting marshmallows. And then we have two pieces of paper that on this side it looks like clouds, but when we cut them out, they'll look like trees. We have our trees right here that we're going to put these on. You should have a large piece of paper that says camping. And then you have a green piece of paper that is your tent. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the biggest item to cut out. I'm going to cut out my tent. So we have the lines already here for you. So I'm going to carefully hold it with my helper hand. I'm going to cut on the line, straight lines, so it shouldn't be that difficult, friends. Turn my paper, cut, 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 cut. Take my helper hand, turn my paper, and cut, 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 cut. Turn it, chomp, 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 chomp. This is scrap, so I'll put this over to the side. Now, if you look at your tent, we need to be able to get inside of our tent, and that's what this line is for right here. I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to line it up right on this line, and I'm going to cut until I get to the end of this line. I don't want to keep going all the way up. I just want to cut to the end of this line because this will be the flap that will open for our tent. I stop. Okay, now I'm going to take, this is where we're going to be putting it, right in the middle of our paper. I'm going to turn it over so that the dark lines are upside down. Take my glue stick, and you don't need to put too much up at the top of your glue stick, just a little bit, just enough to glue. And we're going to glue, put some glue around the edges of our paper. Maybe a little bit in the middle. Now what I'm going to do, friends, because I do want my tent to be open, I'm going to put it down like this, just like so. And I might use my hands to kind of make sure it sticks. I'm going to open the tent. Oop, hello, just like this. And now you can either fold it like this, would probably be easiest to fold it open. Just like this. Now you can do one of two things. You can either glue it so it stays open, or you can keep it just like this, so when you want to close it back up with you inside, that's your choice, okay? Now, I'm going to take my skinny piece of paper. This is my sleeping bag. Okay, now in our tent, we do want to be inside of our sleeping bag. So we have this big long piece of paper that we're going to be sticking in our tent. Mine is a little bit too long, so I think I'm just going to cut a little bit off. And I'm going to stick it right inside my tent, put a little bit of glue on the back, just like this. Put it right inside, like this. And my little head is going to be peeking out from underneath here. This is what you're going to need your picture of you for. Now, some of you might have a picture already in your packet, but for pre-K 3, you may not. So this is where your crayons come in. On this piece of paper, I'm going to draw, I've got brown hair, so I'm going to draw some, here's my hair. I'm going to make sure that I colored in really nice. Think about what color your hair is. Your hair is not purple. Your hair is not pink. Your hair is not blue. Think about what color your hair is. Okay. Now I am sleeping, so I'm going to make my eyes closed. Here's my little nose. I'm going to use red for my lips, my mouth. I think I'm going to be happy because I'm sleeping and I'm dreaming about what I'm going to do the next day at camp. Maybe I'm going to go fishing. So I'm kind of like thinking about that. You do it whatever way you'd like. Now I need to draw some of my body because it's going to be sticking out. So I think I'll give myself some blue pajamas. I'm just going to draw a little bit like this, and you can have an older brother or sister help you, or mom and dad. And I'm just going to do this because it's just going to be the top part of my pajamas. Like I said, some of you might already have a picture in your packet. Now, boys and girls, if you want your eyes open because you're not sleeping yet in your sleeping bag, you can make your eyes open. So I'm going to just carefully cut out my picture of me, ready for good dreams in camp. Like I said, if you need to draw this, boys and girls in pre-K 3, you can ask mom and dad, or you can ask a brother or sister, or you might have a picture of yourself that you want to stick inside there. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to throw that over there. I'm going to just stick myself right in my sleeping bag like this. Put a little bit of glue on the back. Not too much. You don't need too much. I'll just lift up my sleeping bag so Mrs. Vargas can go night-night. Night-night, Mrs. Vargas. Okay. Now, we have some other things we need to cut out. I'm going to cut out my trees. So with my trees, I can cut on this line. Now, boys and girls, these curvy lines sometimes are tricky to cut, so please take your time. You do not need to hurry or worry because this is your project. You have all day to do this. If you need help, ask for help, but I'd like for boys and girls to try cutting this themselves, especially my pre-K 3. Okay. Take my other tree. Got lots of cutting. This is really good practice, boys and girls, especially since you're not in school right now. It's really good practice to practice your cutting. It makes your fingers really strong. It works the muscles in your fingers. Because guess what? Your fingers need exercise too. I bet you didn't even know that. I always think that cutting things out is it makes me calm. It makes me feel really calm. Okay, now I have my the tops of my trees cut out. Look what happens when I turn them over. Now they look like trees, don't they? Look at that fancy paper. These are the tree trunks. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to carefully cut on the dark lines. Very easy. This is really easy cutting, boys and girls. This one does not have curves. You just have to use your helper hand to turn your paper. Now, boys and girls, what I might do when I get to this end of this line, I might just snip right across like that. Okay, just like so. Do my other tree. We have a large tree and we have a small tree. Boys and girls, does your camping set need to look like mine, your camping picture? Absolutely not. You can put your trees wherever you'd like. You can put your tent over to the side if you'd like. This is your camping picture. It's just fun to cut things out and to glue things down to make your own camping picture. Now, before I decide where I want to put my trees, I might want to just put this like this just to show you. I'm going to try the little tree topper goes on the little tree. The big tree topper goes on the larger tree. After we finish this, boys and girls, I'm going to show you some fun little details you can add, because you can make this your own very easily. I'll put my big tree right here, right next to my tent, because the shade from that tree, oh, it's going to keep my tent so nice and cool when it's hot out. Put this one right here. Smaller tree, just like this. Now, this bear, he's a friendly bear. He's got a little smile on his face. He's not scary. And do you know what these are? Marshmallows. Guess who likes marshmallows? The bear. He's going to creep, creep, creep and steal these marshmallows. So boys and girls, Mrs. Vargas is going to put our bear next to the tent. Put him right here. And he found our supplies. He found our marshmallows. Oh my goodness. And I'm just going to kind of put this right inside of his little paws, just like that. And I wonder what he's going to do with those. You think he'll share them with his friends? He might. Now, boys and girls, you can add things to your picture. You could draw a sunshine or a moon right here. It's nighttime. You could draw a little moon. You could draw a full moon, or I'm doing what we call a crescent moon. You could put some logs for a campfire over to the side if you'd like, from where we had our campfire earlier. Just like these logs right here. Color those in. That's where our logs were. Maybe you want to draw a swing coming from this tree, whatever you'd like. Now, I'm going to say night-night and put this closed, but you can have yours open too. Boys and girls, that is our fun little camping scene that you get to cut out and glue all by yourselves. I hope you have a lot of fun with this, because I had a lot of fun showing you. Have fun.